Okay, we're going to be looking at paragraph writing today. We're going to be looking at it in relation to the paragraph that we have already been going through. So we're looking at the opinion piece. What we've done already is we've deconstructed it, we've identified the arguments, we filled in the table, which is what you wrote your introduction on. So you use this for your introduction, and then you filled in the table. Now the table, as I said last week, is what you're going to need to have done for today. I've done the first and the third for you, and you had to do the second and the fourth. So I'm today going to go through the paragraph that I wrote for you, and I'm going to demonstrate how you use ATTI. ATTI is the structure that we use when we are writing a language analysis. Argument, what is the author actually saying? Is the author saying in that we call it a chunk? Technique. Now, if you don't know the name, this is specific language choices. And then you have to make sure that you give me evidence, and that's you quote it. And then, most importantly, you discuss effect. So effect is what I'm really, really looking for. And I'm going to show you how I'm doing that by showing you within my actual piece. I wrote this a bit earlier, and it's using the ATTI structure. Now, some of the language in this, you might be sitting there scratching your heads going, what is Mrs. Chatto on about? The great thing you can do is that you can look up the word. So you can actually look up any words you don't know. So right now I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to annotate it for you. I'm going to show you how it actually is so structured. So Dodson and Lee further assert that distance-based charges are a necessary reform in order to reduce dependence on private cars. Right, so that bit there, that is my argument. That is telling me that this is not the first argument because it's further. This is the next argument. You wouldn't write further assert in the first paragraph, guys, because obviously they haven't explained the argument yet. So this is demonstrating that there is an argument leading in before argument 3. I'm making sure that I'm mentioning the author because it makes sure that it's not my opinion. The worst thing you can do in this is to say that distance-based charges are necessary reforms as it will reduce dependence on private cars, because that sounds like it's your opinion, and it needs to sound like it's from the author. The author asserts. Dodson and Lee assert. This is what they are saying. All right, you don't have an opinion. You guys are completely unbiased. This supports the intention of the article. All right, then I'm going to, that's looking at effect. This is what how the argument deals with effect. To remove cars from cities and decrease overall car usage, as it creates a model designed to create a sense of confidence in the reader that affects both the confidence in the reader that changes are both possible and reasonable. This is all my effect. All right. So this is showing that I understand how does the argument, I'll put it in brackets here, how the argument supports the contention and intention. Then I'm going to give my technique. Powerful language positions the reader to believe that. And this is my technique. So powerful language is the technique. You know what I could have used emotive language, commentative language, all right? This is another way of saying it that's a bit more advanced. So a tiny tax will only impact the minority of minority. That's my evidence. So my evidence, quoting my powerful language I've put into my sentence. I've just put those two together because it flows better. Hannah. All right, is designed to ease fears of the individual, as it implies very few people will be impacted by the tax in the first place and with limited financial implications. That, my dear friends, is our effect. So that is so, so important. I'm going to make it red. It is so, so, so important that you're constantly coming to what is it designed to do? What is the point of this? Right? This supports the contention of the piece that the tax will be have a positive impact on society, and is further supported by on society. So that's still effect, and is further supported by following up with the phrase needed. There's my evidence, which presents the point that the tax is in fact a requirement to reduce car dependency. For the people who support the environmental benefits of the tax, the author asserts that bringing the tax in will be, in an expedient manner, will hasten the introductions of EVs and reduce car usage. Again, all right. So what's really, really important in this is that you're constantly coming back to effect. It is so important that you look at this and go, okay, so my author is using the word, is presenting this argument. How does this argument support their overall contention? And you're just going to be really blatant. The thing I love about this style of writing is you can be very to the point. I'm not looking for flair and pizzazz. I'm looking for facts. This is what the author says. This is how they say it. This is the intention of that language, and this is the specific outcome of that language. So if they use words like tiny and minority, it's going to create a sense of comfort and security and ease the fears of the majority of people, because they think it won't impact them, and it will reduce sympathy for those who will be impacted, because it's so tiny it won't actually financially impact them. That is the language that you would use when writing about this. You can actually use the words, this is how it supports the contention, this is how it supports the intention, this is what it is doing. The aim of this piece is to, all right? There's lots of language you can use. I'm going to put up a document on our link page that you can have a look at that will just tell you some great sentence starters that you can pick off. But if you also look a little bit higher up, I've actually given you the paragraph structure here, what you should be putting in. So if you get a bit stuck, you can come up here and have a look. All right? I believe yes. And here are some sentence starters as well for the start of each topic sentence. So if you get stuck, go higher up in the video, and you can in the piece, and you can find it. I'm sorry that was really quick. If you have any questions though, you can feel free to email me, and I will help you out. All right. So with the article, it's my expectation that at the end of today, you will have written 2 paragraphs. You can write one for the piece that I have already done for you. Remember, I gave you this one in a handbasket, so all you have to do is turn it into a paragraph, and for either argument 2 or argument 4. All right. I will put this here if you want to take a quick photo, and then I'll take questions.